thank you so much for staying with us on Daybreak Extra, your favorite TV show, I would say at this point, So yes, we told you that we have a philanthropist, by the name Richard, coming to join us on the war against African time, So African time refers to a cultural concept in some parts of Africa where events and appointments are often expected to start later than scheduled. It is not exclusive to Africa, but it is a cultural norm in many African countries. We have, here with us, Richard Aigbedo Agbonifo,
yes.
Founder. Did I mention it right?
Agbonifo, but it's correct. People say Agbonifo, but Agbonifo is correct.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
I didn't even talk to you about it.
Yeah,
it just happens sometimes. Sometimes you murder people's names because you don't know how.
It's okay. We say Agbonifo because it's easier for people to pronounce. So since then, I never corrected anybody anymore. I just let them keep on saying it.
So let's just leave it like the foreigners will say it.
Agbonifo. Agbonifo.
Oh, that's how they call it. Well,
yes.
it's still valid. It's still your name. Yeah. So you actually, wrote an article that I came across about African time, and
yes.
that was where the idea of talking about African time, crept into my head.
Yeah.
So what is actually this African time thing with Africans?
I was listening to a conversation before with the callers. The thing is that. African time is something we are comfortable with. We don't want to change. African time is something that you said before that maybe we are lazy. Physically, we're not lazy, but sometimes we have this mental laziness that is there. Because we know that we have to. The problem actually is this: we make excuses before we even get to do something.
Could it be procrastination for some people?
Yeah, we already have the excuse. Okay, even if I don't make it. African time. Even if I'm not done, it's Africa that will understand. So the thing is that we have to, as Nigerians, learn to trust the topic you are going to meet. Trust the meeting you are going into. Because if you don't do that, you get there and the person is waiting for you. Already, the topic is by the way. We're not talking about time. You get there. Let us make sure that topic we're going into is what people are going to talk about. But I will give an instance. The thing is that we Nigerians, we believe that everybody will understand. No, everybody will not understand. People have other things they are doing. So the thing is that if I have a business partner and say let's meet at 10 o'clock and I'm there at 10:30, he might say okay, no problem, okay, we'll do it. But from that moment on, he's looking for a different partner.
Approach.
The
first approach matters.
First impression matters. So that first impression will tell them, okay, this person is serious. Okay, they can do business with him. But if it keeps on happening that, okay, I want to do business with you, you are coming late. Or I say, okay, let us finish this contract. And you say to be done next week. I come next week, oh, it will be done in 2 weeks' time. I come in 2 weeks' time, I say, next time I won't do business with you, I will look for somebody else. And we are wondering why our lives are difficult. We are wondering, oh God, why am I having problems? Why is this happening to me? It's because of these little things that make the big difference in everything we are doing in life. And so if Nigerians can just try to just say, okay, fine, because it's dignified. It helps also through stress. Like we said before, for these jam things you guys, they're talking about
Someone raised there earlier.
There are 2 points. Jam, 7 o'clock, sorry, for me it's too early. It's too early. You don't do that. These are children. You don't do that at 7 o'clock, even if they are next door. Give them time to wake up, eat breakfast, and go and do their exam. Who wakes up at 5 o'clock? It's too early. Secondly, since that is the time they set, then the people should find a way to wake up at 5 o'clock early, not to have excuses, because that is already an excuse. Wake up very early and go there and do your exam. So there are ways to get there. There are ways. Excuses should not be part of them. And the thing is that Nigerians, we are losing credibility in the international sector. People believe, immediately see Nigerians, they believe, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Wow.
I mean, we have been saying that on Ravel on social media platforms.
Exactly.
You go on different platforms and you see, the Westerners, even the Asians, coming to express their experiences with Nigerians in particular, and then they'll tell you, okay, I met a Nigerian, and oh my God, those people. So there is always, just like you mentioned, the interesting. But then speaking on this African time thing, Mr. Richard, what do you think is the obstacle to us? Could it be our culture, apart from, of course, this mental laziness that you mentioned?
We're not honest. That's the problem. If you want to stop African time, the way to stop African time is honesty. If you say, okay, please let's meet at 10 o'clock, and you know you cannot make it at 10 o'clock, tell the person I will not make it at 10 o'clock, I'll be there at 10:15 or 10:20. If the person is waiting for you, and the person calls you, where are you? Don't say, I'm almost there at that junction when you're in the shower. That is our problem. They say, okay, I'm almost there. No, you're not almost there, you're sitting in the living room, and you say you're almost there. Or you say, because they don't want to say they're lying, they say, I'm on my way. Yeah, I know you're on your way. I know you're laughing. I'm on my way. But they're still, I've heard I am on my way, and they take them 1 hour, and they live not very far away. And I was like, why? Because the thing is this, they say, I had this appointment, I had this appointment. If you have 5 appointments in a day, pick, and that's it, I'm going to the end now. Okay, pick 2 of the most important ones, and put the other 3, and tell the people for the other 3, look, I might not make it, but if I can make it, I'll let you know. And pick those 2 and get those 2 done, and you'll be surprised that before 12 o'clock you have already finished those 2 appointments, and you have enough time to do the rest. And we said before, keeping to time has something to do with our health.
So Fatima said that actually
exactly.
in her comment.
It has something to do with our health. If we are like today, I came early, I sat down, and I'm rested. I'm watching the interview. I'm rested, waiting, thinking about what I'm going to say, thinking about enjoying the interview. Then I come in here and sit down, I'm talking to you guys. What happens when I am late, running, come in here and sit down?
I'm panting, just trying to catch your breath.
In that moment, I cannot think.
You can't calculate your thoughts.
And we Nigerians, we think it's normal for us to be stressed. It's not normal for us to be stressed.
Actually, Nigerians don't know how to handle stress.
No, we don't know how to handle. We think it's normal. We think it's part of life. No, it's not part of life. There are ways we can do things that we can make a lot of things easier for us. There are ways we can do things, and like we said before, we have to teach our children. And it is not, the word African time doesn't have to do with Africa itself, but it has to do with the excuse Africans make to time. That's why they call it African time.
Let's talk about, the article you wrote about African time. Something must have prompted you to,
actually, that would have been the next question, because, having a conversation with him and saying, okay, in Germany, people actually, earlier we stated places like the UK, USA, and stuff like that, how people actually, manage time and how they take it seriously. He actually mentioned something that I would love you to ask him, and let's hear what you're going to say about that.
No, the thing that pushed me to it was, as a Nigerian, even my sisters, they know, my brother, they know, even when I was small, 12 years old, I always kept to time. I don't know why. I don't know if because I had anxiety. Maybe. I was always an anxious person. So if I have a meeting, okay, I know I have to be there, I will go there early, and I'll sit down and wait. Even I was never late to any exam, never late to school. I was made the senior prefect, maybe because of that, I don't know. But the thing is that I was always early to wherever I'm going. And this stands out. Believe me, people notice it. People might not say it.
But they notice.
They notice it. Sometimes people might not even know why they trust you. They might not even think it's because of that keeping of time, keeping your word. They might not know it. So the thing is that the reason, what prompted me to do it, as I'm living in Germany, even in Germany, we keep on saying keeping time. In Germany, if you come 10 minutes early, that is also bad.
Definitely.
So if you come early, like today, I came early, I sat down.
You were here 30 minutes before time.
I sat down in the car, waiting 5 minutes before I came upstairs. Because that's just the thing, because you guys have your time, you guys know what you are doing, so you have set this time for me. So I'll let you do your thing. So when you are finished, okay, now it's time for me. And that is how it is in Germany. When it's time for you, they set everything aside. Your phones and everything is aside. Let's deal with you. Let's deal with this matter now. If Nigerians can learn to structure their thoughts or their whatever they are doing to a particular thing, it will be more productive.
You know, I like the fact that he made mention of putting phones aside to focus on whatever matter of discussion is. Because I've seen people, you know, go out to hang out with friends and they give you this basket to drop your phone so you could just while away, just stay away from your phone for a while.
Since you say we are hanging out,
you know, you say hang out, so keep your phone, keep work out of it, unwind. So how has this, you know, African time affected, you know, our social lives, like, you know, education, relationships, and even businesses? You know, what are the disadvantages and advantages, if there's any advantage, you know, at this point?
No, it's only disadvantages. It causes distrust, and we don't. Like I said, it is something that is at the back of the whole thing. It causes distrust, and you don't even know why you don't trust somebody. So the thing is that if we learn from the school, because in the school actually people have to come early. People who don't come early are punished. So that's number one. We can take this, but I think it's after we finish school, it's like, oh, okay, I'm free now. I can do what I want. You know, so I don't have to keep to time. Yeah. So that is thing. So the thing is, there's, I would say, if it has to start from the top and trickle down, it will go a long way for Nigerians. It starts from the top, but I don't know if our leaders are ready to do that, because it won't help a lot. Keeping to time will help in our investment from the outside world, from the other countries. If we keep to time, they want to invest with us. But it's not, why is it when they come in here and they say, okay, good, come to this office, ministry or whatever, if they want to open a business. I've heard stories. Not they come to this ministry at 9 o'clock. So they have their mind, 9 o'clock, I'll meet somebody. They come 9 o'clock and they meet the person at 4 p.m. in the evening.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's long.
Yeah, we literally saw a Nollywood movie birthed out of this story, this narrative. And one of the things also is in events, you see the main, you know, man of honor, the person that this whole thing is created around always comes 10 minutes close to the, you know, finishing of the event finishing, and then he's expected to come and then get the round of applause and then he stands up.
Because he feels in that moment, in the moment you do that, you are trying to tell everybody that everything you guys did in the last 3 hours doesn't matter to me. What I'm going to say, it's just my own time. It's just my own time. What I'm going to say is, I'm the boss. I come in, I will give my finishing speech, and you people can go on with your life.
And then I finish the speech, and then I go down the stage and go.
So how do you know what is wrong? And the thing is this, African, it has something to do with the way they see us. Everything about the black person is negative. In Europe, in America, it's negative. Why? Black is beautiful. Why do we have to turn it into something negative? Black is very beautiful. We have the most beautiful skin in the world. If we're injured today now, I have any injury, but nobody sees it because of my skin. If a white man is injured today, you will see it till the end of his life.
Yeah.
Our skin has double layer. It protects us more than anything. So I'm just saying to say, from our skin color to whatever we are doing, black is supposed to be something positive. So that's what I'm trying to say. Let us take this African time back and say African time means being punctual, being trustworthy in whatever you are doing. I know we can do it because I'm already impacting people around me in my foundation. In my foundation, we fight against child labor, we fight against child abuse, we fight against hawking. We try to get kids out of the streets.
Yeah, charity.
It's a charity organization, and we also help through sports, trying to make sure that kids do sports and mix sports and education together. We have people in the foundation, and they are friends of mine and people acquaintances of mine, and they know me. And they know that if you're working with Richard, you have to be there at that time. I'll be there early. Yeah,
because you've already set a standard that they have to follow, and you are the living example that they have seen you meet up to time, you keep up to time.
And I'm surprised that it has really helped the last 2 years. Now, when we have any meeting, they are there. If they're going to be late, they will tell me that they're going to be late, and they are there on time. And they are wondering, they are surprised that they don't even know that they are doing it. And when they do it, I impact them, they impact somebody else, and they impact somebody else. That's how the change can come about. Be the living example of it.
So this you just said now actually brings me to my next question. You know, how does this, you know, kind of vary between African and Western culture? You know, and how does it impact across cultural interactions?
Yeah, the difference, I think some people have said before, the difference between African and Europeans when it comes to time is, for Africans it's normal, for Europeans it's taboo. That is the difference. So you are coming late there's no excuse for coming late. If you come late, the first thing you just say, I'm sorry to be late. Don't even make excuses, because excuses don't matter.
You're already late.
You are late. So whatever excuse you are making doesn't matter. So that is the difference. In Africa, when you say, like we said before, it's African time. Like the mug you showed before, I was laughing my head off when I saw that mug.
Yeah. Be patient.
So be patient. I'm working on African time. So it's normal for you. So if I see that, and I want to do business with you,
I want to see you serious. Yeah, I want to take you
seriously. Because that's the difference. In Germany, I have lost jobs because I came late. Not because of the traffic. You can come late in Europe. People come late in Europe. But the difference is they let the person know they're coming late. Yeah. They let you know on time. And if they cannot make it, not even on that day, a day before, they'll let you know. Because the thing is, this creates trust. Even when you're working, when we work, everybody's always on time. You coming late to work is a ground for termination. It has to happen 2-3 times. Nobody will ask you. They'll tell you once. They'll tell you verbally once. Happens again, they'll write it. They'll give you notice. Second, after that, it's a termination.
That's it.
And nobody will question them for doing that, because
and it's not because you are not doing the job, but because you are not punctual.
No, because you're not punctual. You might be the best at what you do. Players, sports people have lost contracts because they are not on time in training.
Yeah. Because
everybody is there, they are training, and you come in maybe 1 hour. So the first 1 hour, things have been done. So when you come in, I have also, because I came late, because when I was playing professional, I played professional handball in Germany and also in Italy. So I came late. I was living an hour away from where I was playing before I now moved to that club. I came late. I was always coming late. So we were always preparing for a game. So I came late twice before the Tuesday and Thursday before the game on the weekend, and they had the statistics. They benched me. I was the best player.
Because you came late.
They benched me for that game because they had already talked about it. So me coming into play now, we bring everything, make everything completely disorganized. Even though I'm the best player, they didn't do it to hurt me. They didn't do it to teach me a lesson.
Yes.
No, they didn't want it to teach me. They just said, "Hey, that is how it is. Do you know what we talked about?"
Yeah.
No, I don't know what we talked about. So
and we don't
next
have
time, please
to
come
catch you up on it.
So that is the difference between the African.
Yes, communication actually matters. You just said now you don't know what they talked about. So if there's any changes, then it should be communicated to the people, the right people.
And I was not there for the communication. So the difference is that in Africa we think it's normal. I came late. Okay, fine. And that is the thing about us in Africa. The laziness is not the physical part. I say it again, it's the mental laziness. I know people will hate me for this, but Africans, Nigerians, we are sometimes mentally lazy.
Could it be because of the economy and the
I cannot believe Fatima is creating another excuse for Nigeria to hold on to.
I know. The thing is this: the government has a big part to play. A very big part to play. They are our parents. The government should look at us as their children and say, what we are doing, how we are living is not good. So if the government does nothing, if, for example, we say talking about coming late, we have goods to deliver to Sokoto. Going to Sokoto, the roads are bad. There are potholes everywhere. So that is my excuse. So if the government wants me to do something correctly, do it well.
Fix the road.
Fix the roads.
But I said economy and you're laughing. The economy actually affects people.
Economy has a way.
Yes,
economy is part of it. The government.
With transportation especially.
What we are doing, we are trying to do this on our own accord, with our own strength. But that is not the way it should be. It should come from the top. But I see, the government is not doing anything. We are stagnant. The rest of the world is going forward. We are stagnant.
We are stagnant, actually.
I saw somewhere that Nigeria, in the next 40 years, will be in top 5 of the greatest economy.
Yeah.
The people believe, they believe
But Nigeria. Maybe we are working with sticks now.
No, Nigeria has a lot.
40 years from now?
Nigeria, we have everything. We have everything. Everybody is looking at us with jealousy.
Yeah.
Everybody, even Europeans.
Nigeria actually has everything.
We have
the richest
everything.
country.
You can wall Nigeria, a fence, and say nobody goes out.
We can still survive.
Thrive more than any other nation. Because we have everything, and we have the people. Do we know that, please, you can Google this.
We have the
60% of every Nigerian, 60% of Nigerians are under the age of 25. 60%.
So we have the labor.
That is the labor force, the workforce, the military. We are not using our resources the way it's supposed to be used.
Exactly. That's what I just said.
The human resources is there, but we're not using it. So I don't know what our government is doing about that. There's a lot we can use. The human resources not being used. So when I'm saying that when the government can try to do something, if they want us to do something, fix all the roads, not even the roads within the city, all the interstate roads, from A to B, from Abuja to Lagos, from Lagos to Kano. Fix all these roads, make sure they are clean and they are the best roads we have. And you see,
because these are the axes where business is actually boom.
Yes.
And I have to add to that. I mean, when you made mention of the government starting from their own end, there's been a lot of promises the government has made that they have not delivered. I mean, I remember earlier this week, Daily Trust did a report on how far the refineries have gone when the government has actually given us time. So that is them, pulling the African time card.
Exactly.
And nobody is held accountable.
That's another one.
Yeah. Nobody is held accountable. They already promised Nigerians at this time, particularly, at least one refinery will be up and working, and it's still not there. But then, as a head of a non-governmental organization dealing with a lot of people, and there's always priority of your aim and objective of what you're pushing, and also time, like you mentioned, is management. What do you think is the best strategy that you're able to use in your own organization to make it work when it comes to time, for people to at least adapt and take time seriously?
Yeah, it has to be communicated. The leader of any organization should be the example. That's the best way. The leader should be example. Somebody told me one time, we were talking about African time. Somebody told me, they said, if my boss comes to work before me, that will happen only once or twice. After that, I will be there before my boss comes. Because it's a shame on you that your boss is there before you. And in Europe, in Germany, your bosses are most of the time there before you, and they leave after you have gone.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
That's how it is.
For most people who have startups, for people who have businesses, you are the first there, you are the last to leave.
You're always the last to close.
Because if you delegate, if you have a dream to do something, the person who is working for you does not have that dream. The person is just trying to make it from A to B, trying to just get the salary.
And you could actually be a role model to that person. So wouldn't you want to set an example?
And the person will see exactly what you are doing, and the person will follow suit. But if Oga comes at 10 o'clock,
and closes supposed to be at 8 o'clock,
I know he comes at 10 o'clock, me, I will make sure I come at 9:30 or 9:45. So that is the thing. But if Oga is there at 8 o'clock, and anybody, then he will see everything. And the funny thing is this, your own business will even boom because the people are there at the right time. So setting an example is one of the only way. I will say one more thing. The only way we can, another easy way we can change this is when we do it collectively. We all decide we want to change African time. And we start federally. We did that before. War against indiscipline. We did it.
Yeah, I saw that in your article.
We did a war against indiscipline where every last Saturday of every month, people who know this, people who have been doing it, last Saturday every month, we go out, you clean your house, you clean your compound.
Your environment.
Nobody leaves the house. If you leave the house without excuse from the government that you are going somewhere, you'll be arrested. War against people who are listening to this now, they know that it happened. And I used to love it. Everybody was competing in the street. Which house is more beautiful? So if everybody joins, it's a collective effort. If everybody joins and says, let us do this, it will change. It will take time. But before we can do that, we have to start talking about it.
We have to advocate.
We'll start talking about it. We see now in Europe, you are not allowed to smoke in any public area or smoke in a public setting, inside the house of anywhere. You can smoke in your house if you want. Even most people don't even smoke in their houses now. They smoke in the balcony or outside. Before this law was passed in Europe, was it 10 years ago? I don't remember. It was talked about for almost 10 years. Or I don't want to exaggerate. Maybe between 5 and 10.
Implemented.
It was talked about. It was being discussed and discussed and discussed, and it did not change. But it was talked about first. The change did not happen. Everybody had to be part of it. Even the smokers now said,
definitely,
it's true. It's true,
I think at a couple of years back, I think I heard something like it was going to be imposed in Nigeria also that you don't smoke in public spaces. When they see you smoking inside your car, they stop you actually. If I can remember, a couple of years ago.
You know why?
But then
Nigeria is not good with
it's gone.
But they can enforce this thing. The thing is that the reason why, one of the reasons at the end of the conversation in Europe, why they now decided to stop smoking in public area, because passive smoking also causes cancer.
Yes.
For children and for grown-ups. So I'm smoking, my child is here, maybe I'm smoking, blown into this direction.
Yeah, but it affects
as long
the
as you can
person that is
smell
not
that
smoking.
cigarette, you're already a passive smoker. And it can cause disease for other people. So we're saying, you want to smoke, it's your problem.
Go far away.
Go far away from me. And so that is the thing. So the thing is, first of all, we have to talk about it. Keep on talking about it. I just hope that other stations, other people will follow suit. I'm going to keep on trying, advocating for it. I'm going to keep on trying, because I know that this is one of the reasons, if we do this, it will also change the way we think about our children.
Indeed. Yeah.
Because that is what I'm doing.
Thank you so
I'm advocating for children. So I'm looking forward to doing
a great job,
Yeah.
Mr. Richard.
We know that the children you're grooming are going to be punctual, because you are serious.
Thank you so much for your time, for coming, joining us to talk about something that really affects everybody in general. So definitely, we know that your work has, your impact has been felt. And all our viewers appreciate you joining us. Richard Aigbedo Agbonifo, the founder, Hand to Hand Foundation, a very legendary philanthropist. We would have to give you, awards just
That's if he doesn't run back to Germany, right?
Appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. It was very, very interesting talking to you guys.
Thank you.
All right, and with that, we've come to the end of the program, Daybreak Extra. Please do stick around. Top of the hour, the Sports Weekend would be here by Adeni Ajishafe. Until next week, I am Summayya Abubakar. Do have a lovely day.
And I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Please do away with African time. Thank you so much.